So I guess I'm making this a series now. Welcome back everyone. I have had a ton of fun discussing which Mother 3 characters have already made it into Ultimate as spirits and what they represent. But unless Smash has an EarthBound event for Spirit Board and gives us some new ones, we've covered all there is here, right? Well, in honor of the creativity that comes with this mode, I've decided to make a list of my own spirit battles using NPCs, enemies, and bosses that never got the spotlight. Keep in mind that I will definitely not be doing every character in this video, so if your favorite doesn't appear, let me know what it is, and I'll comment what I think the fight should be. Since we already have Lucas's dad, Flint, represented as Snake in Ultimate, I'll kick things off by recreating Chapter 1's boss, Mecha-Drago. As with my first video in this series, I used a giant Meta Ridley as a stand-in for the beast that slayed Flint's wife. For this hypothetical spirit battle then, I started as Snake with a Killing Edge, the closest thing to the Drago Fang weapon in Mother 3 used to pierce the monster's thick hide. Dr. Mario with a Healing Sprout could act as a stand-in for Alec, Flint's father-in-law, since recovery is the only real thing he's helpful with during that fight. For added cruelty, this could be a stamina battle, including Hanawa and Klaus, though they'll be starting at minimal HP. Next up we have these magical entities called Magicants, crucial characters to the plot and heavily linked to PSI. Ionia is the one seen most throughout the game, a Magipsy who raised Kumatora and later teaches the dangerous PK Starstorm. Because that's Lucas's final smash, and the connection with Kuma, who's already represented as Lucas's Duster ult, let's give that same costume as, even though Ionia wears green, pink and blue are still prominent in the character's color palette. Conditions for battle then would be a power increase for PSI attack and a faster final smash. The stage would be set on Magicant, because their shell-shaped homes are very reminiscent to those in EarthBound Beginnings, as seen on the stage here. While on the topic, let's make scenarios for all the Magipsies too, maybe as reinforcements in the same fight. Aeolia is their supposed leader and sports a big pink afro, never leaving this armchair. I think Roy Koopa would work then. He too has a pink head, even though it's bald, and fights primarily inside of his clown car. Doria, on the other hand, wears overalls and looks like this. So perhaps Cyan Wario is the best match, even though his cynical personality definitely clashes. Phrygia is a little easier than the others, just not to pronounce, with a quirk of always being asleep. In that case, the most appropriate rep would be Jigglypuff and a yellow hat, with preference for that drowsy down special. Maybe the floor of the arena could be sleep-inducing too? I'd probably use standard King Dedede for Lydia, as he also wears a fur coat, plus the blue face matches Lydia's facial hair. I'm sure this Penguin King is bald under that crown too. Lydia cares for bunnies in Mother 3, so starting battle donning a bunny hood would be a nice fit. And last but not least of the friendly Magipsies is Mixolydia, with longer hair and a blue dress. I chose Daisy's blue outfit then, equipped with a ramblin' evil mushroom, because this Magipsy helps out Lucas's party when they're hallucinating on Tane Island mushrooms. In a similar vein, but new battle, we have the fallen Magipsy Fassad, or Yakuba, already represented in Salsa's fight as a red costumed Wario. In Mother 3, Fassad falls from a really high tower in Chapter 5, quite probably to his death. But in Pig Mask fashion, the body is resurrected using mechanical parts. Now a cyborg with horns in place of a mouth, I'd like to see new or Miracle Fassad as a spirit in Smash. I'd make it so with Metal Wario, much like how Masked Man was a Metal Lucas, or even better, in Gold form, where his stats are boosted. The fight, like Master Belch's, could take place on a sticky-floored Mario Bros. Stage, nodding to his final resting place in the sewers of New Pork City. He could also be accompanied by the Interpreter, a robot now needed to translate everything Fassad says, as he can no longer speak properly through his horns. Based on proportion and the style of her dress, I think a metal female villager using aerial attacks more often would work best. Speaking of machine, the ultimate chimera, while having a spirit already in Smash, does not have a spirit battle. To fix this, let's make it a heavy hitter. There's a few options: pink Charizard, purple Ridley, paired with Falco or a yellow Pit to replace the monster's bird companion. Honestly, a giant duck hunt would be the perfect option, but that's not exactly menacing. So maybe make it metal or gold? In that case, I would model the fight after Shed Ninja's spirit, granting the enemy temporary and frequent invincibility, with 1 HP, to symbolize the Chimera's only weakness, pressing the off switch on its back. I'd make the player easy to launch, and grant the enemy stronger physical attacks. The fight could either take place on New Pork City with the actual Chimera as a stage hazard, or on Wily Castle to call back to the Chimera factory. Moving on, another enemy that absolutely needs representation is a Pig Mask. So I'll just be coming up with a fight against the standard Grunt and Pork Trooper boss. Wielding a blaster gun, the Pig Mask soldier could be represented by a pink fox. For battle conditions, maybe stats up after eating? If Fox still had that Landmaster as a final smash, it would have been a great replacement for the Pork Tank too. I'd have the stage set on Town and City to represent a modernized Tazmily from Pig Mask Interference, but also for Pork Trooper because KK Slider can appear in the background to sing. Why is that important? Either him or the Squid Sisters assist trophy could be used, causing the enemy to become distracted and stop fighting. This is my way of simulating the General's absolute love for anything DCMC, a rock music group in Mother 3. As an ultra fan of the band, giving this guy any sort of merchandise in battle causes him to be utterly entranced and miss turns. Some other bosses as spirits I'd like to talk about include the Cactus Wolf from Chapter 3, which could be a yellow-green fox in Gerudo Valley, starting battle with this urchin item. Mr. Generator at the top of Thunder Tower is an obvious one. He could be a giant yellow Rob with a zap floor, fought on Pokemon's Prism Tower. Li'l Miss Marshmallow's spirit might be best as a metal Peach fought on the gamer stage, which has a tense atmosphere like the robot maid's personality, but is made up of playful construction like where she's found in Mother 3, King P's playroom. Finally though, we have the fabulous Barrier Trio, made up of Barrier Man, Dude, and Gal, who will possess Swimsuit Shulk, Purple Richter, and Zero Suit Samus respectively. Their quirk should be to taunt and shield often, fought on the distant planet stage, calling back to the jungles of Tane Island. If Porky had any other spirits than his absolutely safe capsule, it would have been cool to obtain it after beating him as a World of Light boss. If I had to give him a traditional spirit battle though, maybe a giant Morton Koopa with his clown car as the spider mech? I'd also give his spirit the ability to heal HP by dealing damage. Alright everyone, the last spirit I want to talk about today is Reggie. Not Reggie, the NPC from Tazmily Village. I'm talking about the one and only Chief Operating Director for Nintendo of America, Reggie Fils-Aimé. His spirit battle would be hosted on Onett, which is based in Eagle Land, a parody of America, and made up of 3 fighters. Those include Reggie as his Mii, of course, Isabelle, who prefers to use her up smash, a do not enter sign, and Lucas, who is programmed to self-destruct immediately upon starting the battle. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed these hypothetical spirits or got a laugh from some of them. If there was a character I didn't cover and you wanted to see here, let me know in the comments, where I too will be posting more of my own ideas. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.